Have you ever wondered what life is really like in Singapore? Is it truly the perfect country with zero crime, spotless streets, and endless luxury? Or is there a hidden side that most tourists never get to see? Why does this tiny island nation have some of the strictest laws in the world? And how does it manage to stay one of the richest and safest places on earth at the same time? When most people think of Singapore, they imagine futuristic skyscrapers, world-class shopping, and incredible efficiency. But when I started researching deeper, I realized Singapore is far more complex than its flawless global reputation. Behind the clean streets and modern skyline lies a system built on discipline, cultural balance, economic pressure, and roles that might genuinely shock you. Today, we're going to uncover the real Singapore, the surprising truths, hidden realities, and facts that completely changed how I see this fascinating country.
Point 1. Extreme cleanliness comes with strict rules. Singapore is famous for being one of the cleanest countries in the world. Streets are spotless, public transport looks brand new, and even busy areas rarely have litter. But this cleanliness doesn't happen by accident. Singapore enforces some of the strictest public behavior laws globally. Throwing trash on the ground, spitting, or vandalizing property can result in heavy fines. Even
Point 2. One of the safest countries but highly monitored. Singapore consistently ranks as one of the safest countries in the world. Crime rates are extremely low, and people often feel comfortable walking alone at night. This strong sense of security is supported by strict law enforcement and an extensive surveillance system. CCTV cameras are placed throughout public areas, transportation hubs, and residential zones. The government believes surveillance helps prevent crime and ensures quick responses to emergencies. Many residents support this system because it creates a stable and secure environment for families and businesses. However, some critics argue that constant monitoring raises privacy concerns and limits personal freedoms. The balance between safety and privacy is a major topic of discussion among locals and global observers. Singapore shows how strong security measures can create remarkable safety levels, but it also sparks debate about how much surveillance is acceptable in modern societies. Point 3. High cost of living hidden behind wealth. Singapore is often viewed as one of the wealthiest nations globally, but living there can be extremely expensive. Housing, transportation, food, and healthcare costs are significantly higher compared to many other countries. Owning a car in Singapore is especially shocking. People must buy a special government permit called a Certificate of Entitlement, which can cost tens of thousands of dollars. This policy is designed to control traffic congestion and reduce pollution. While salaries are generally high, many residents still struggle with rising living expenses. Young professionals often feel pressure to maintain demanding jobs to afford their lifestyle. Tourists may see luxury malls and modern apartments, but behind this prosperity, many citizens carefully manage their finances. Singapore's economic success highlights how wealth does not always mean affordability, and maintaining high living standards can require significant financial discipline. Point 4. Public housing success story few people know. Despite high property prices, Singapore has one of the most successful public housing systems in the world. Around 80% of the population lives in government-built apartments known as HDB flats. These homes are modern, well-maintained, and located near schools, transport, and shopping areas. The government heavily subsidizes housing to help citizens afford homes. This approach has helped reduce homelessness and improved living conditions for millions of residents. Interestingly, these housing estates are designed to encourage racial harmony by ensuring diverse communities live together. However, strict rules apply to buying and selling these apartments, and ownership eligibility is carefully regulated. While many countries struggle with public housing, Singapore's system is often praised as a model of urban planning and social stability. It reveals how strong government planning can shape both living standards and social unity. Point 5. Education pressure is extremely intense. Singapore's education system is ranked among the best in the world, producing high academic performance and strong global competitiveness. However, this success comes with significant pressure on students. Children face rigorous exams from an early age, and academic achievement is highly valued in society. Many students attend additional private tutoring classes after school to stay competitive. Parents often invest heavily in education because academic success is closely linked to career opportunities. While this system produces highly skilled professionals, it can also create stress and mental health challenges among students. Some critics argue that excessive academic pressure reduces creativity and personal development. The government has recently introduced reforms to reduce exam stress and encourage balanced learning. Singapore's education success demonstrates how discipline and high expectations can produce excellence, but it also highlights the challenges of maintaining student well-being. Point 6. Cultural diversity shapes daily life. Singapore is one of the most culturally diverse countries in the world. Its population includes Chinese, Malay, Indian, and many other ethnic communities living together. This diversity influences food, festivals, languages, and traditions across the country. It is common to hear multiple languages spoken in daily conversations, including English, Mandarin, Malay, and Tamil. Food culture is especially remarkable, with hawker centers offering dishes from various cultural backgrounds at affordable prices. The government actively promotes racial harmony through policies and public campaigns. However, maintaining cultural balance requires continuous effort, and occasional social tensions still occur. Singapore's success in managing diversity shows how multicultural societies can thrive when supported by strong policies and mutual respect. This rich cultural mix makes Singapore unique and far more complex than its modern urban appearance suggests.
Point 7. Strict laws that surprise visitors. Singapore is known for having laws that often surprise tourists. Actions considered minor offenses in other countries can result in heavy penalties. For example, jaywalking, vandalism, and even eating or drinking on public transport can lead to fines. Drug laws are especially strict, with severe punishments including long prison sentences and even capital punishment for trafficking. The government believes these strong penalties act as powerful deterrents against crime and social disorder. Many residents support these laws because they help maintain safety and order. However, human rights organizations sometimes criticize these strict legal measures as excessive. Visitors must carefully follow local regulations to avoid trouble. Singapore demonstrates how strict legal systems can maintain stability, but they also raise important global discussions about justice, punishment, and personal freedom. Point 8. Work culture can be extremely demanding. Singapore is one of Asia's major financial and business hubs, attracting global companies and professionals. However, this success creates a highly competitive work culture. Many employees work long hours and face strong performance expectations. Job security and career advancement often depend on productivity and efficiency. While the country offers excellent infrastructure and career opportunities, balancing work and personal life can be challenging for many residents. Younger generations are increasingly discussing mental health and workplace balance, encouraging companies to adopt healthier working environments. The government has also introduced policies supporting flexible work arrangements. Singapore's work culture highlights the sacrifices often required to maintain economic excellence and global competitiveness. Point 9. Limited land creates creative urban solutions. Singapore is one of the smallest countries in the world, which creates unique challenges for urban development. With limited land available, the country has developed innovative solutions to maximize space. Skyscrapers, underground transport systems, and vertical gardens are common features in Singapore's urban planning. The country also invests heavily in land reclamation, creating new areas by expanding coastlines. Green spaces and nature parks are carefully integrated into the city to maintain environmental balance. This creative planning allows Singapore to support a growing population while preserving sustainability. However, limited land also contributes to high property prices and population density challenges. Singapore demonstrates how innovation and long-term planning can transform geographical limitations into modern urban success. Point 10. A balance between control and progress. Singapore's development story is often described as a balance between strong government control and rapid modernization. The country has achieved remarkable economic growth, technological advancement, and social stability within a few decades. Strict governance allows efficient policy implementation and long-term national planning. However, critics argue that political expression and media freedom are more restricted compared to many Western democracies. Supporters believe this governance model prioritizes stability, safety, and economic success. Singapore's unique political and social structure continues to generate debate worldwide. It challenges traditional ideas about democracy, governance, and national progress. The country stands as an example of how different leadership styles can produce extraordinary development results. Singapore is far more than just a beautiful skyline and luxury lifestyle destination. It is a country built on discipline, innovation, diversity, and carefully structured policies that shape everyday life. While its safety, cleanliness, and economic success make it one of the most admired nations globally, it also faces challenges related to freedom, cost of living, and social pressure. The truth about Singapore shows that every great success comes with complex realities. Whether you see it as a model of modern development or a society shaped by strict control depends on your perspective. But one thing is certain. Singapore has created a unique system that continues to influence cities and governments worldwide. If this video changed how you see Singapore, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more eye-opening stories from around the world.